Hey, people, it's podcast time. Hey, everybody, we're almost screaming at gmail.com for Facebook, or on Twitter, or on YouTube, go to the website, almost there. Go to your favorite podcast provider, like, share, fair, follow, text your friends, do what you do the sports show. We're going to do more shows. It's going to be a quick, short one today. I've got just got back into town, and so we're already a day late, 50 cents short. But I wanted to check in on a couple of quick items because I can't not. So, yeah. Here we go. Pippo. I'm just kidding. Sam's not here. But he's doing good. He's had a great, exciting week. He has so many things to share. He'll be back next week. Tell you more about it. Anyway, I just got back into town, and I did want to touch base on a couple things. Part of getting back into town, I got to drive across the newly minted Donald J. Trump Bridge over that French Broad, and so that's it. That's all that's there. It's just that joke. Donald Trump wants to live forever on top of a French Broad. It's not great, but it's the joke I got. I don't know. I'm pleased to announce that there wasn't any issues crossing said bridge. I was a little concerned that there would be angry anti-Trump people out there making a ruckus, and at least so far they have not done such. I know. I just figure somebody's going to paint a big butthole right in the middle of the bridge overnight one night, and we're going to have just a big asshole or something on it, and then we're going to have crews cleaning it and stuff like that. And so it's going to be, that's my prediction. It's going to be a constant, the sign with his names on it's going to get defaced constantly, and so it's going to be constant whatever. And the reality here is, it's like, what are we doing? J.D. Vance is from the Asheville area, I guess, and there's multiple signs around there that says Vance's birthplace, and it's like, I don't know, maybe when you have some legendary status, you're, they do all the presidents, birthplaces, and whatever have names. I don't know, it just drives me nuts. We talk about tax spending and stuff like that, and the amount of money and energy spent on naming a fucking bridge. Like, at least the standard format in Tennessee is you name it after fallen officers, and that's okay, I guess. Still think it's a little bit of a waste of money, but, there is some, I'll give it a little bit of credence, I guess, because it is something special for those families who lost a family member, but I don't know. It just feels like wasted money to me. I'm not a flashy person, and so it doesn't make sense in my logic to do all that. But like I said, I think it's a stupid waste of money, and this one in particular is going to be a continued waste of money because people, whether you agree with them or not, are pretty angry about it. So they're going to do stuff to it. The other one is, we did do a Compass podcast last night, and I particularly took note of the city of Knoxville is requested the creation of a North Waterfront redevelopment district. And so what I think I learned in this process that I didn't already know is that when we do TIFs, tax increment financing, it's a very indirect incentive to developers, where the pilot is a more direct incentive. Meaning the pilot says, okay, your change in tax revenue. So they're both based on changes in property tax revenues, right? So you take an empty lot and it is producing $100 a year in property tax revenue for the municipality. That empty lot gets built an apartment complex on it, and now it's getting $1,000 a year in property tax. That difference of $900 in a pilot would be going to a loan that the developer owns. Now, the TIF, that $900 still goes to the city of Knoxville, but that $900 is obligated to go to infrastructure improvements inside the zone that TIF is a part of. So basically, if you live in the city of Knoxville, efforts that the city is making to raise the tax base to help pay for the services that you use only pay to make that area better. Now, my gut reaction is that's not a good thing. I've been trying to process it a little bit. It might be a good thing. I don't know. And so this North Waterfront thing is basically that little neighborhood that snuck in between Henley Street and Campus on the north side of the river, so behind Church Street, United Methodist, the big church right there on the corner of Henley and Cumberland. That small little neighborhood back in there that UT's third-party front has bought a big chunk of, and they're going to build a bunch of stuff back in there. So when that happens, that property tax increase will go to fixing roads, adding wastewater treatment, adding electrical infrastructure, whatever access, whatever it is, will go, but it will only go there. I don't know. It gives me pause. It makes me question. I don't hate pilots and TIFs. I don't hate pilots in general. I don't hate TIFs in general. We have areas that need some work, and developers don't want to touch them. The difference in this North Knox one is that all the development's already in play. It's just a way for the city to capture that tax revenue and invest it in UT. It's really all it is. Because the other section this would probably apply to is going to be that new entertainment district. It's already in the works. The way that one's working as far as ownership goes is UT is leasing the land, doing a land lease to the developer. And so the developer is a private company. It will be taxable in property tax senses. And so, but that increase in tax will go into infrastructure work in and around the stadium. So again, this North Knox one that the city's trying to do right now is literally just to capture, which is the whole point of the entertainment district anyway, it's to capture tax money so that it gets spent on UT. That's what it is. That's how it's going to work, like it or not. Knox County Schools continue their budget mess. They now officially have adopted the new budget with the changes that we talked about last week. And I guess the new wrinkle in that is that part of that 6% increase in county employee pay includes county commission. State law requires that the school board of a municipality makes the same as the commission of that municipality. So the Knox County School Board was forced to vote to cut teacher pay, and while voting for a raise for themselves indirectly. And so Cat Pike and a couple others have, I think Triplet was the one that actually pitched it, said, hey, why don't we and Knox County Commission donate our raises to the school board so that we can recapture some of those funding for things that are actually useful and not getting us paid more, which I don't know. They go from $28,000 a year to $29,000 a year. It's not a lot, but still, that's like 20 people. So it's like $20,000. It's like less than half a salary for somebody. It might get one of those people a couple of less furlough days a year. That's about it. The Justin Kofer story is pretty crazy. At large county commission candidate, apparently is just a shitty person. That's what it seems like. Or alleged shitty person who doesn't do very good work. Has worked multiple times for the State Department of Corrections. Quit on his own while under investigation for some sort of drugs in his system, failing a drug test, but quit before he could get fired. And then later on got rehired and then fired for dealing. I'm not exactly sure. I'm a little confused because it doesn't say in the file what kind of drugs other than Schedule 3. So Schedule 3 being like, what do you call it? Prescribed drugs. So drugs that were prescribed drugs that weren't prescribed to him or the people he was getting them to or from, which, I don't know. We'll see. It's an at-large seat. He's the Republican on the ballot. This will be a fun test of how stupid we are as Knox County residents. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've got my no-goes and goes for certain things. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Republicans don't have a problem electing criminals president. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Like, we'll just see how... And we'll see how the party twists it, because they'll make it the Dems' fault somehow. It's that lunatic Bose Hawks' fault that these drugs are... I don't know. I don't even know how they'll do it, but I don't want to give them ideas, so I'll stop there. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to touch on the bridge. I get to cross that bridge, and then I get to learn more about... I think I already knew the thing about the TIFs. I just didn't really put it together until this one yesterday, because it involves UT, and I'm not a big fan of anything that we as the local municipality are doing to support the state. The state needs to do it themselves. The same state that shorted our Knox County schools $4 million. The same state that passed all these stupid laws that are threatening my businesses. This same state that's just really bad at what they do, because they don't do it for us. They do it for whatever interest they have. And the University of Tennessee is a bigger interest than me or you. That's the long and short of it. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Like I said, quick one just to check in on these couple of topics, and we'll be back next week with the full ridiculous episode of Sam and I. See, I told you to be fast. We are almost human at gmail.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, go to the website, almosthuman.com. Go there. Go to favorite podcast provider, like, friend, share, follow, text your friends. Usually the sports show. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Oh, early voting starts this week, too. So we will be recording as per usual next Friday evening. Early voting will have started that morning. So we don't have any data yet, but early voting is among us. So, I don't know. Almosthuman at gmail.com. If you have any questions about who to vote for, I will not tell you who to vote for, but if you know your priorities, I'll tell you who the right answer is for you. So, almosthuman at gmail.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back next week with a normal show.